As of January 2023, a total of 14 states nationwide have prohibited the practice of abortion. For centuries, abortions have been used as a last resort to terminate pregnancies. For as long as abortion has existed, so have the controversies surrounding it. Abortion is such a highly debated topic because it involves so many different and complex ethical, moral, and religious standpoints to consider. Everyone has different values and beliefs regarding the genesis of human life and the rights of those still in the womb. Many people see abortions to be just as evil as murder and view abortion as the termination of a life, arguing that the life should have rights from the very first day of conception. Others draw attention to a woman's right to make the decision regarding her body and point out consequences of restricting access to legal and, most importantly, safe abortions. Hi, I'm Maddie Cole, and as a woman, I believe having the freedom and ability to choose what happens to our bodies is a rudimentary human right, and to have that taken away is diabolical. Many different factors play into reasons why a woman would consider having an abortion. Maybe the child was conceived in an unwanted or violent manner. Maybe the mother knows she will be unable to care for her child once it is born, or perhaps she has some underlying health issues that will complicate the pregnancy and possibly risk her life. Access to safe and legal abortion is crucial for women's health, well-being, and reproductive rights. Take, for example, the CNN story of a woman in Texas who nearly died trying to receive care for her ectopic pregnancy and consequently had to drive 18 hours to obtain her life-saving abortion. An ectopic pregnancy is when the fetus attaches outside of the uterus. An ectopic pregnancy cannot survive to term and can also cause life-threatening bleeding. If doctors knew this baby would not survive due to complications and could also endanger the life of the mother, why couldn't they have removed this hazardous fetus to save her life? Are women insignificant to the fetus they carry? The fetus had no chance at life, so why was the life of the unborn fetus superior to the already woman carrying it? Why would this woman be denied what should be life-saving medical care? Not only are abortions sometimes medically necessary, but many times abortions are needed due to unethical situations and circumstances. Imagine you are a woman who has been raped or has been a victim of incest. A pregnancy that results from these conditions would be a constant reminder of the violation of the woman who had become pregnant. Should a woman, or in many, many cases, a young girl, be forced to bear the child of her attacker? Should a child who is too young to drive a car be legally required to give birth to a child? Stevenson states, banning abortion does not stop people from trying to end their pregnancies. Banning the practices of abortion can be dangerous. It restricts women's necessary access to safe and legal healthcare options. When abortion is banned, the need for it does not simply just disappear. Instead, it forces women to retreat to unsafe alternatives which can lead to severe complications and even potentially death. How many of us in this class would be ready to become parents today? Who in the audience has cared for a newborn for 24 hours or more? Would you be ready emotionally or financially to raise a baby? Is your relationship with your significant other strong enough to co-parent this child for at least the next 18 years? Having a child is the biggest life change out there. According to LendingTree, it costs on average $237,482 to raise a child from birth to age 18. And that's just the most basic needs. That doesn't even include the cost of education beyond high school. Is anyone in the audience currently financially prepared for that? There is a large fraction of pro-life individuals who champion adoption as an alternative to abortion. These may be the answer for some women who choose this route, but what is usually ignored by those touting adoption is the fact that almost 400,000 children are in the foster care system today, according to White House Gov. Adoption is not a viable alternative for many children, and the foster care system is rife with problems. Forcing a woman or young girl to bear a child only to have it enter the foster care system, leaving it at the mercy of the system, could damage the emotional life of the woman forced to carry the pregnancy to term, as well as the physical and emotional well-being of the child. Yes, good foster parents do exist, but there are stories of physical and sexual abuse of foster children in the news constantly. Would these children have been better off if their mothers had been allowed to make a different choice about the pregnancy? Imagine living in a world where a woman's autonomy is respected, and not only respected but supported as well. A world where women have the power to decide their own reproductive path. That world is being taken away, state by state, since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Each state tries to be more conservative and more restricted than the last, to the point that abortion is illegal in many states, and the travel for the purpose of attaining abortion is illegal as well. Where does this end? And when this becomes a real problem for someone in the audience rather than a theoretical one, will you feel differently? Getting involved in changing laws before this is a personal issue is the only way to give women back their rights to safe, effective health care, and abortion is health care. Please watch the following clip of the Texas woman recalling her and her husband's terrifying story of how they almost lost her due to the abortion ban in their state.